Dark Knight Rises. What's going on, guys? It's Friday. It's 10 p.m. It's time for the Comic Core. So we got another fun-filled panel tonight. It is the go-home show for C2E2 next week, so we are super pumped. A lot of us have time off at work. I know a lot of us are looking forward to that. But before I get into the panel tonight, unfortunately, I do have to announce that Comics with Bueller has decided to step down from his panel spot at Comic Core. Unfortunately, he's got a lot going on right now. I know he's having a great day seeing his daughter, but unfortunately, because of some crazy circumstances that have happened, he's decided to step down from the Comic Core. So I always say Jeremy Edwards, Trinity Entertainment, he'd be Hall of Famer #1, first inductee, but a close second right behind would be Comics with Bueller. So Bueller, I personally just wanted to say thank you for sticking with us for this long. It was awesome having you on the show each and every week. So with that, I'll go down the panel because I know all you guys want to say happy thoughts to Bueller. And also Chad, he's just on vacation this week. He'll still be with us at C2E2 next week. Chad's on a beach somewhere sipping margaritas. So a well-deserved vacation for Chad. But I'm going to turn it over to my co-hosts with the most, KatRen Figures. What's going on, Kat and Mark?
Hi.
Hey guys.
Just wanted to say that we love Bueller.
We do love Bueller.
And he's on to a lot of really great things. So really excited about C2E2. Everything is going to be awesome. We're gonna be hanging out with the Blasted and Stash It guys. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be walking around. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, someone's got to hold all of Kat's comics. Hey, when there's those signing limits for like 2 or 3, you can imagine Kat's going to get her stuff doubled. So big thanks for that, Mark. Next up, we got Midwest Comicman Paul. What is going on, Paul? What's new tonight?
Damn.
That's good.
Just want to say thank you to Bueller for spending some time with us. And the door is always open, brother. And I would also like to say that Bear Island Comics said he was really excited because his press badges finally came. Yeah, they certainly did.
Nice. Oh, my God, it's a slowsy 3 days so far, but I do have a press coming on the way, too. I bought one of these because it's 95% sold out, so I'm kind of glad I got that back up. But next, I'm supposed to be trying to do slight Chad impressions here. So we got the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the camp, the 65-time world heavyweight champion, the great Legend Show. What's going on, Legend?
Man, great to be back for another night on the Comic Core. Man, Friday nights is the place to be. 9 Central Standard Time, 10 Eastern. Man, big shout out to Bueller. Man, Bueller, he's got a humongous big brat future ahead of him, man. And he is busy. Like, you see all that content, it takes hours upon hours and dedication upon dedication to create all the content that Bueller creates. So, man, he needs to step away and take this time to focus on everything Bueller and the future's bright for that guy. So, man, Bueller, this ain't no goodbye. This is a Baron Corbin, see your ass in the ring, deep 6, freaking choke slam backbreaker, and the end of days always awaits Robert Gibson's fate. Back to you, Woodard.
Thanks. And I do want to get into the chat because I do see Comics with Bueller in the chat. He says thumbs up to the Comic Core. Yes, once again, big thanks to Bueller for joining us each and every week previously. I know we'll keep your seat warm, Bueller, anytime you want. You're welcome back on the Comic Core, that's for sure. I don't think a single person is going to complain about that. But let me scroll way back up top because I haven't had a chance to say hi to everybody yet. We got Perry Comics. He says greetings. He posts a little robot alien gimmick or something. So awesome. Next up, we got the Mastodon, Don Moser, Comics and Collecting. I know that's one of Paul's best friends in the whole wide world in the chat. So I think they're besties. So there you go. Next up, we'll be seeing this guy next week at C2E2, Drew Manchu. Joe, to mention Drew and segue real quick into a plug for tomorrow. So Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Comic Core channel. You get me, you get Drew Manchu, you maybe get Houdat for a couple minutes. You get Comic Spectre and JD. We're having an old-fashioned auction on 9 p.m. Saturday night. So there's my first plug for that auction. I'll probably do it before we leave tonight. But if you guys like Saturday night auctions, so check us out tomorrow at 9 p.m. Next up, we got Comic G-Man in the chat. What's going on, G-Man? We got Burn It Down, the architect, Sam's Tangled Web. Just had a great live stream tonight. He broke in the Bueller's place. The cat didn't do much about it, but like Nips was just kind of sleeping on the comics, and it made me laugh. So he stole Bueller's shirt. He broke into his place and did a live stream. So that was really funny. I really enjoyed Sam's Tangled Web's live stream. So check that out for sure. We got the Model Vault in the chat. What's going on, man? Let's see. We got Joe Ryan Comics. There's another one of the hardest working people in the whole community. This guy has some phenomenal videos. We need to get that guy back on sometime. He is awesome. We got Bear Island Comics. He says he's got his press badge ready to go. Maybe we'll see him next week as well. And if you guys are going to C2E2, definitely shout it out in the chat. We got Scott Farr in the chat. Says, "What's up, Core? Legend of the Legend and Bueller." Saying hi to everybody. I believe I skipped somebody. Jack Yo, what's going on, man? He says, hey. And I know I missed one person. How did I miss this guy? One of the best. Robert freaking Galvin. Rock and roll, man. I'm always happy to see Robert Galvin in the chat. He is one of the best. So let's see. Drew needs me to show something. He says he's 3 subs away from 300. Hit that sub up on Drew Manchu for 300. But I did want to shout out this next guy in the chat. He just crossed, maybe within the last hour, 1,000 subscribers. And I'm talking about Chuck Loda Comics. Like what I keep saying, one of the hardest working people in the community. Chuck Loda Comics is up there as well. He has the best Sunday show, bar none, recapping pop culture and comic books. So definitely head over to Chuck Loda Comics channel, sub him up, and be one of those post 1,000 subscribers for sure, because he's got some great stuff, and I very much hope to see him next week. He has an awesome booth plan and setup for C2E2. It's really close to Artist Alley. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, Chuck next week and hanging out with them. They're already having huge plans for C2E2. Next up, he's always calling me the Corky now instead of the Total Package or whatever the other nicknames were. We got Double S. He's one of my favorites to see in the chats. What's going on, Double S? And it looks like, guys, we have been discovered. Discovery Bay Comics is in the chat. Always appreciate him shouting out just about each and every channel in the community every day. And then we got Otaku Daniel Yabara. He says, Jim Cornette is going to be at C2E2. I know, and I can't wait. That'll be awesome. We got Bake the Snake. And he's doing an auction tomorrow to celebrate his first appearance, basically, on YouTube, it sounds like. So I think that's 6:30 p.m. Eastern. He can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but definitely, if you guys like auctions, also sub up Bake the Snake, because he's having a great auction, it sounds like, tomorrow on his channel. With that, I think I can finally get into picks of the week. So the chat's fired up. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Kat and Mark for a pick of the week. So what do you guys have?
Mark, come here. Sorry, the cat was acting up. So.
No worries.
Mark, now, or you get it.
He's getting ice cream. Just come back to us.
Okay, next up. Oh, no, we got Midwest Comicman Paul. Paul, what did you read this week?
Not a damn thing.
Bad
all right, next up. Do you want to talk about
like I told everybody, I had a bad day. I'm just happy to be here. I have nothing prepped.
Well, Paul, we're glad to have you. And I know next week I'm really looking forward to being able to shake your hand for the first time and hopefully not drink too much with all you guys. But next up.
You may want to keep your distance then.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm hungover already. But anyway, I know, Legend, you got your pick of the week because we already talked about it. What do you got?
I got this pick of the week right here. Green Lantern number 5. Sorry for the glare. Of course, it's in Mylar. Green Lantern 5, excellent read. Picks up where 4, 3, 2, 1 left off, which is just awesome space action. Just like if you remember the old school Gil Gerard, Buck Rogers, freaking just great storyline. He's always on an adventure. I mean, and you know how he's interacting with that pretty vampire girl, you know what I'm saying? You know, doing the Black Star thing, trying to join and infiltrate him, and you find out that, you know, he's going to become a double secret agent and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was just really good. And man, I'm you know, I'm really digging the way Grant Morrison's, you know, writing this story. And, you know, the Liam Sharp artwork just kind of grows on me. You know, it's, you know, it's no Ivan Rice or anything like that, or no Gary Frank, but once when you match Morrison up with Liam Sharp, it's like a perfect combo. You know, you bring in an artist, you don't want to bring in an Alex Ross, you don't want to bring in, you know, these big names because you don't want it to overshadow that great freaking Grant Morrison story. And I'm sure when we get to the end of the arc, man, it's going to be one of those climactic moments no one's going to want to miss. So make sure you check out Green Lantern #5 from the great legend, coming at you live. You knew I was going there, didn't you?
Nice. Yeah, I also read, I think this may be the best issue so far, especially from an art standpoint. Because I was just thinking, because a few people in the community read this last week, I think, and they were saying like the art's really growing on like you just did. But I don't know if it was just Liam Sharp's art or the colors, but they knocked it out of the park on this one, especially compared to the first 4 issues. This was just such a better looking book. I don't know if he just started listening to feedback or what, but and then the whole reveal at the end with, I guess, spoilers, but it's been 10 days since it came out, with the whole thing. It becomes he's a undercover cop basically, but then he has to basically kill Adam Strange at the very end.
Yeah.
And that's where we cut him off and go into issue 6. So a very cool cliffhanger. Easily for me the best issue yet. I'm gonna go, I think, with 2 picks of the week actually, because I can't figure out one. Because I finally read Shredder in Hell #1 from IDW. We're talking about a little bit of Turtles before the show started, and we'll talk more tonight. But this is just kind of just a crazy trip of, you know, I guess Shredder has died, and he's gone to hell, obviously, because he's Shredder. So obviously chaos ensues in hell, and we get to see, you know, demon spawn turtles, and his only friend is basically like Splinter, who's actually a rat now. Instead of, you know, like a mutant rat, he's just a plain rat that helps him on his shoulder and stuff. So that's pretty funny. Issue 2 just came out this week, and he basically has to fight the mentor he based all of his fighting skills off of in hell. So just a crazy comic book so far. And my other pick is probably the Grim Knight one-shot from the Batman Who Laughs miniseries. So I know it's a little wacky to have a one-shot in the middle of a mini-series, but I actually really dug this one. You had both Scott Snyder and James Tynion co-wrote this, but you also had Eduardo Rizzo, famous one, 100 Bullets, and he also did the Flashpoint Batman. I thought his art was perfect for the Grim Knight story. They should probably just spun this out into its own thing for a minute too, but I really enjoyed seeing, you know, the differences between the Grim Knight's upbringing and Bruce Wayne Batman's upbringing. Like, he just picks up the gun and kills Joe Chill, basically. So that was a pretty savage scene. And, you know, basically Batman just turns on the whole Gotham City Police Department. So you get to see, like, a conspiracy nut, Jim Gordon, who's almost the Grim Knight's worst enemy in his timeline. So it's a very interesting read, and I really
Hey, what
enjoyed
do you think about that Mylar?
Oh, this is actually one of those Bueller bags, the Max Pros.
Damn, well, I tell you,
doesn't that
man.
look nice?
And then let me channel Drew for a sececond. Well, having a one-shot in the middle of a miniseries makes perfect sense if you're DC, because they have no concept of continuity. It sucks.
And I'll say my report as you look again. I'm like, Marvel continuity? Really? There you go.
You don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
okay. Just slap a #1 on it. It'll be fine.
No,
Marvel,
it's,
just slap a new #1 on it.
or a .1.
Yes.
And add now to the end of it.
Anyway, love this DC party we got going on. So, Mark, did you find your pick of the week?
Oh, yes, I did. I ended up picking up this for the week. Division 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know a guy from Unlimited named Comic Spectre that plays the Division 2 on the PC.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
my pick of the week is High Level.
Damn,
Nice.
nice.
Is that a variant cover?
I think it is.
Cool. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one in my shop. That looks nice.
I ordered this from Midtown, so I don't really remember what cover I got for it. But basically, this girl is a smuggler, and she does a lot of like backward dealings type things. And the entire time, everyone's talking about this place called High Level and how you can work your way up there and live like a god, apparently. But, you know, no one who's ever gone there has ever come back. So is it a scheme? Is it, you know, real? What have you? We don't know. But towards the end of it, she actually gets betrayed and she ends up having to be saved. And, well, she ends up with another job. And this time she has to go to High Level at the end of it. So
freaking awesome. High freaking level, people.
Like it throughout. Really pretty colors throughout as well.
Yeah, I read that one when it came out. And that may be the best Vertigo title of the new Vertigo launch so far. I know, to be honest, like it's kind of slim pickings in terms of like really good Vertigo books from this new line, unless I'm just missed a read. But the high levels, it was high level.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into our first topic of the night, I do want to plug the chat again because we got some more people joining us. We got Mr. Gretzky 9966, and he said he had the pleasure of meeting David Finch tonight. So that's pretty cool to hear, man. Hopefully, you know, you got some stuff signed. Maybe one of those sketches. Always love me a good sketch. Everybody knows that. Next up, here's a guy who's celebrating a milestone today. We got John's Comics with Kids, the host of Comic Core Unlimited. And he just crossed 600 subscribers today. So big congratulations to John's Comics with Kids, one of the best in the community. He definitely is like 10 live streams a day, I think, at this point. But big congratulations. Hard-earned 600 subscribers. Speaking of a guy who's making the rounds, doing a lot of live streams, putting in the work, we got Chad from 90 MF Comics. He was on Comic Core Unlimited this week as well, I believe. I still need to catch the entire show. Unfortunately, I was tied up and unable to catch Comic Core Unlimited this week, but I heard you guys did great. But here on the 8th show, we're going to have
lots of nice things about me, which is always good.
And we got Hoodat Comics and Movies. Like I said, hopefully he'll be joining us for a minute tomorrow night on the Comic Core auction. And we just had him hop in. He was busy mangling a media mail package. We got Jason Smith in the chat. What is going on? I gotta type it. I'm gonna type it in under. I'm Chad in disguise here. But there you go, Jason. Always gotta say hi to Jason Smith. First off, we're gonna hype up C2E2 a little bit more. So as usual, I bring my commemorative mugs. Can't wait to get my new one this year. It better be a new color. But I want to talk to you guys to see what all you're bringing to C2E2. Who's going? What panels are we gonna go to? What craziness is gonna ensue? So, Legend, I'm going to let you start this one. What's the big things we're looking forward to at C2E2 this year?
Well, the biggest thing I'll be bringing is the old beanie, because when you're in the Windy City, things might not be pretty. But, man, I tell you, there ain't nothing like it, man, to be with each and every one of you. Not, you know, I'm getting with the core. Who could ask for any more? We got a special guest. We're going to get to this guy, but this is one of the guys I'm going to meet. And I'm so excited to meet him, man. J freaking D. But before we get to JD, let me tell you a little more what I have in store when I go visit my brothers and sister of the Comic Core. Making the rhymes look easy and sometimes grin and make it look cheesy. Damn, there ain't no way that some of the comics I read today can please me. But disregard all that. I'm getting off track in my own mind, and you know that is one big rhyme. Hey, you mailman, there he is, Jason Smith. But no, I didn't really have, you know, I thought Don Rosa was going, so that means I don't have to carry no hardcover. Is Layman going to be there?
I don't think I've seen Layman, but Gilroy is.
Gilroy,
yeah.
So probably not going to take. I could take one of the Chew things, but man, they're just a little bit too heavy. So I'm probably going to see what they have at the table and maybe just get some stuff they have at the table signed, some prints. I like You know, maybe if he could do me a sketch, that'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We'll see what happens. But more importantly, I'm just excited to hang out with my brothers, Blaster Stash It, and Comicore. I'm pretty freaking pumped.
Nice. Yeah, real quick, I do want to welcome our newest guest to the panel. We got JD. What's going on, man? Uh-oh.
JD knows the place to be, but he's got the MUTE. There he is. He's live.
Sorry about that. I was switching on a little bit better Wi-Fi.
They like froze time for a second.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. I just want to go over a little bit of C2E2, what I'm doing. First of all, I'm going to be meeting you four mugs and Kat. So I'm real excited about that.
Hey, nice rhyme there, Kat. Real excited about that. You got it.
No, I'm trying, Legend. I'm trying.
Legend's rubbing off a little bit.
Getting a little bit early for St. Patrick's Day. Cheers to everybody who's going to be having a good time this weekend. So I'm going to be trying to get some CGC gold labels. And some of the ones I'm planning on doing is Mr. Neil Adams on a Tomb of Dracula 1.
I tell you, man, Kat loves Neil Adams.
He's an honorary guy. He's been wearing that same tan members only jackets. He must be the last member.
I love his art.
Yes, his art is good. This is good. His attitude is good. Lucio Perillo's going to be there. I think this is the book I'm going to choose. Of all the books I have of his, I think I'm going to go with the Virgin Thanos variant right there.
I think that's the one I'm going to get him to sign to.
Some I might not get CGC. Oh, one I'm definitely getting signed because I bought the ticket already for. Mr. Clark Gregg, Agent Coulson.
Oh,
my only celebrity signed book, because of all the celebrities that, there's so many Thor covers and everything else. Man, this is the only Phil Coulson cover, other than like a true Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. mock. This is just an old first appearance of him. So I thought that was cool. Kind of looks a little bit like Clark Gregg if he was buff. But I guess the man I'm most excited to meet. Well, I have two others here. Stephanie Hans. I don't know if I'm going to get this gold label or not. That's just from my personal collection, as far as everything is my personal collection. But this Stephanie Hans did this Cosmic Ghost Rider, and I really just want to meet her, and I figure might as well ask her to sign something there. She's one of my favorites. One of my favorites, I'm going to be getting a sketch from this guy, too, I'm real excited for, is Kevin Nolan. Now, if you don't know him, he did Doctor Strange in the 80s, did a lot of interior work. He's done a lot of work with almost everybody. But he did this cover, and this is the last issue of that whole run of volume, I guess, 2 or 3 of Doctor Strange. I'm planning on doing that. And here's one I need the chat to help me out with. How many George Perez signatures should I get? That's the question.
As many as they allow.
Okay, that's exactly what I agree with. So this is his first Avengers cover here. I'm going to crack this up. This is his first Avenger cover and his first solo cover he ever did. This is that 30-cent price variant. Legend, I showed this to you on the Avengers 150. It's a price variant. It's already slabbed. I called CGC, and they will crack it open for me there because I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, they'll do it all for you. They'll do it right in front of you. Then they'll have the handler take it with you to the the sign, Perez. It's going to be awesome, man.
Then he did this. This is his first cover ever. First cover for Marvel, I think. I think it's his first cover ever.
Man,
this is It's a year and change before this one, so this is old. I found this for $7 on New Comic Book Day. I was all excited. And then his last cover he's done is this Thanos there, which is kind of cool. I want to get done. But here's one I got to ask you in the chat, and if anybody wants to keep an eye on this one. This is one that I can get double signed there, which I have a bunch of books you can get double signed by, but this one here is already signed by 2 guys that really have nothing to do with this book. It's weird. This is a Infinity Gauntlet 1 variant of Venom, and it's signed by McFarlane and Dave Michelin.
So you're going to get Kirkham.
Kirkham do it, and what if I get Perez on this? You think he'll sign this?
He might. He's a pretty good sport.
Yeah, I think I'm going to drop some money into that Heroes invitation or Heroes Initiative bucket if he has that there. I'm going to drop a note in there and just ask him, hey, I know you did this is an homage to you. Can you sign? This would be the only one of these that Perez, Kirkman, McFarlane, and Dave Michelin have ever done.
Damn, dude. Now that makes TJ proud right there.
Yeah, because this is one where I could go back and say, All right, as long as I don't screw up, because I do have a George Perez sketch already, and that's a 9-0 because George kind of leaned over on it a little bit, and that was my fault.
Oh, George.
But I like Tyler Kirk, but I was going to get him on one of these covers, the red one or this one. But I think to make it more for me, I think this is what I'm going to do. What do you think of this? You think it's a good idea?
I'd
Paul?
say go for it.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
I would,
Oh,
I
I'm
would go
sorry.
for
I'm
it.
not Paul, but I say go
I
for it.
know. I trust you more than probably Paul. I'll tell you that. By the way, did you see
Okay,
Cat's
let's
video
see
today?
what happens when I press your
That
books.
sounds
now.
Well, you be careful with some of them books. You're getting 3 keys. You're getting Avengers 1. You're getting Pace Pop Pete. And you're getting Strange Tales 110. You'll be playing
Who
with it.
that comics and movies says he say do them all.
That's what I agree. I was sitting there. I'm like, God, I don't want to take up the guy's time too much. I always take that into consideration.
Mhm.
But I need you guys to recommend for me a Star Wars sketch guy. And Kat, I know you shared with somebody who did some stuff. I'm thinking about that. I want to get a Star Wars sketch from someone, but I want him to draw Vader holding the Infinity Gauntlet.
Ooh.
Perez was originally my plan, but I need somebody who would do it, and I don't want to pay out the Zoom, so no Lucio Perillo painting on site of that. That's like a waste of cash. So
I think you should also have my guy who's not going to be there, but the guy that I showed you
yeah, he looks real good. Yeah, I think I have a plan for him. I think I have him doing I want him to do an homage cover. Make Avengers 1, but instead of that, combine that in Star Wars 42 and call it the Bounty Hunters and have those 3, Bosk, Dengar, and we're just throwing out some Star Wars fun right now.
He would love to do that.
But I'm most excited about doing is hanging out with you guys, and I'll be cosplaying on Saturday afternoon, not Saturday morning, because I have to meet Clark Gregg, and I don't want to show up as my cosplay because that's a conversation on its own.
That's because he's going as Red Sonja.
It wouldn't be my first time.
Now he's gonna be
I've worn a metal bikini. I just said I laid on a Jabba once. So.
That sounds like a freaking plan right there.
But I'm just excited about seeing everybody and you guys, and I want to see what you guys are also doing because Paul and I are definitely going to be hunting some Golden Age together. I'm pretty 99.9% sure we're going to be hunting some there. I might get some Jungle Love out there. There's a few new ones I got. This will be a preview of the hunt tonight, but a few new ones I'm looking for. And Paul, you're going to help me find a little pre-code horror, aren't you?
Oh hell yeah!
I want that Voodoo 11.
Good luck.
I know. I didn't tell. That's the whole point. So I want to know what everybody else is doing, other than watching us drink.
All right. Before we get into Kat's short box coming up here, I do want to get back into the chat. We got Wolf Blitz. He's asking how much Perez charges. I believe George Perez usually just signs with a Heroes Initiative tip jar. So usually, as long as you leave that nice Heroes Initiative tip. At least back in the day, he would just sign just about anything and everything. He's one of the nicest guys. If you get a chance to meet him, do it. Like there's the highest of class is George Perez. He's definitely worth meeting.
If you haven't met him, this is your year because this is it.
Yes. And then Daniel Ybarra says Jim Cornette sometimes has Silver Age comics at his booth. Yeah, we might have to go see what. I would love to buy a comic from Jim Cornette.
God, me too.
Him.
Get the freaking camera ready on that one.
Yeah, I want that one. I want Legend to do it and get into his wrestling voice.
Oh yeah, I have thought about that. I thought about that today. How I would introduce myself to Jim Cornette, and it was freaking. I did so good. I wish I would have recorded it. But that's the thing. Like I'll record something, and then if I don't practice it every day, I'll forget it. So I'll get up there and just stutter or something. But the best is just always, and this goes for everyone in the chat too. Just come at them live. What do you got to lose? Just have fun with yourself on here on YouTube, and when you get in front of the camera, just have a great time. It's awesome.
I'd give you $50 if you went up there and said, "Hey, you want to go out and get a chicken sandwich or whatever that freaking
Baconator."
Yeah, Wendy's triple cheeseburgers or whatever. Yeah. Oh man, I love that stuff. Or was it a Dairy Queen? I think he likes Wendy's triple cheeseburgers.
I think he just likes fast food, but he gets really mad when the order's wrong.
I just know he dropped the C word in that video. And
he was angry.
Damn.
He was damn crazy and angry.
He had Chris Jericho in the back seat egging him on.
Yeah.
We got Steve Martin in the chat. He says, "Good evening, all. Glad to have you in the chat, Steve Martin."
Look at this real
let's see.
quick, Woodard. I want to show you this. This here right here. I hope everyone is reading Shazam. I mean, the movie's coming out soon. Make sure y'all get into Shazam. I'm going to be doing a video about what you need to know before you watch the movie, and it's going to be a real simple video. Basically, just going to be talking about in that video the New 52 version of Shazam. The one that's the movie will be based primarily on, in that Jeff Johns, Gary Frank run they were doing in the back of the Justice League book. So it's going to be good.
His name will always be Captain Marvel.
The original Captain Marvel. That's right.
Screw this Shazam.
But I do like Shazam. I like the name Shazam.
Oh, Model Vault says there's early Shazam showings next Saturday. So I wonder if there's one in Chicago we need to try to figure out.
Dude, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, Karen.
I'm probably either going to be drunk or hungover, so I don't know.
Yep.
I'm gonna put
if it's
money on both.
Saturday,
You'll be running out in the damn street naked, screaming Shazam!
Trying to shock people with your finger.
Yeah, or shock them with something else.
Well, I know. Brandon Stowinski was saying, he's coming in Saturday. He's like, if you're an early riser, we could go out for breakfast or something. I'm like, I will probably still be up drinking. And just
yes.
Get one of them breakfast burritos. But next
I'll
up,
just get some pancakes to soak up some of that stuff.
The Monte Cristo works phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
all right, Kat, Mark, what are you guys taking? What are you looking forward to? What do you got for C2E2 for your first one ever?
So we are back and forth as to whether or not I'm allowed to bring as many books and such that I want signed. Mark said no.
It's the weight issue.
It's not a weight issue. He just doesn't want to carry anything.
It's not that I don't want to carry it.
Every con we do this.
Well, he's all the bruises and stuff you leave on him. It's got to make him sore when he's carrying stuff around.
But before I get into a few of the books that I'm 100% taking to get signed, you asked a question as to my guy that's going to be at C2E2, William Russell.
Ooh, yeah.
He's done a lot of pieces for me, but this is the
Stabby
Captain
Bunny
Carrot that he did for me. And it's like basically Captain Carrot breaking the chains, like the kryptonite chains. And it's made in the same style as like the Ninja Turtles. But like he did a Red Hood for me that's really amazing that's in the other room. And he did like a Starfire cover for me. And an Angela Spawn, like half and half. Like
Love Angela.
half of it was the Matina. And the other half he did. And it was Angela.
Oh, nice.
Oh, on the 285 cover or the... Yeah, that's a great one.
And it's really, really gorgeous.
I'm a big Angela Spawn #9. I still say it's the most underrated book out there.
Oh,
I got like 3 of them.
Yeah, I got a couple of newsstands.
I got a lot.
Wait, Woodard, go.
So you had one of them newsstands?
That's
I think I got one right in my desk.
Oh my God, you got one.
I got a newsstand to show
Do
a little
it.
bit.
There you go.
All right, say
Nice.
it, JD. Say it.
Newsstand.
Amen, brother.
Thumbs up.
But
Love that stuff.
back to the stuff I'm getting signed. So for sure, these I am for sure taking. Still debating on other things, but DC Bombshells issue 14. So the artist that does all of the Bombshell covers is going to be there. So this is the first like confirmed Harley Ivy ship book. And it's something that I really love. So, they actually have a kiss in the last panel.
Ooh.
So,
Does Aunt Lucia do all the covers for that, or did he just create the Bombshells?
I think he created a lot of them, but he does most all of the Bombshell covers as well.
Right. I had him sign the Poison Ivy Bombshells pop at the last con I saw him at. He's a really awesome guy.
My wife reads the Bombshell.
What's he charge?
I don't think he charged me anything for
the Bombshell behind you, JD.
Because I bought 2 prints from him and had him sign the prints, and I said, "Would you sign the pop too?" And he said, "Hell yeah."
they do
My wife's a big fan of the DC Bombshell series, so she wants me to. I didn't know that was going to happen, so I'll have to tell her. She's getting her cosplay ready for the following week at Planet right now.
He's pretty much at every
Sewing
show I go to.
She's sewing upstairs some Zatanna.
He lives in Aunt Lucia lives in Iowa, so he's pretty much at every show I go to.
No, I'm in Nebraska.
So Christopher Jones from Young Justice is going to be there. So I've got a bunch of my my Artemis covers. I'm going to have him do. Also, Mirica Eldolfo from Unnatural, Hex Wives, all of those is going to be there. So I've got a bunch of those I'm going to be getting signed. But this is Black Widow, the 1 in 25 that she did not too long ago.
She's an amazing interior artist. I mean, she's good at covers, but her interiors are ridiculously good. Yeah.
Like, if you're not currently reading either Unnatural or Hex Wives,
I do like Hex Wives, regardless of what happened on New Comic Book Day.
it's amazing.
Yeah, I like it. I was the only one who voted for it.
We know Huey from Blaster Stash. It loves him some pig nips.
And then one of the things I need George Perez to sign is this Comic Times that he did. Also, I really love this cover because it's just, you look over there and Starfire's like, Papa George, what's up?
Yeah, that's a class. That's going to be the best signature of the weekend right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a bunch of stuff I want him to sign, but this is definitely one that I was like, I need to get this signed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You just gonna stock cosplayers?
Yep.
That's funny. You ought to go live with the phone and just kind of like hold it down low. They don't know you're filming. You just stalk them. Show up live. Do a live stalk show.
We're gonna meet Yaya Han again, so that should be good.
Nice.
Yep.
You guys have any panels or anything? Have you researched, or are you looking forward to anything like that?
Yeah. What are we doing, honey?
Well, we're going to the cosplay contest. I don't know yet. I know they've got some screenings going on there, depending on how everything goes time-wise.
I hope to hit the War of Realms panel, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that'll probably be a good one.
I'm a big fan of that original run, and Jason Aaron doing it with everybody else. And I know Kate's today announced he's going to be doing the Silver Surfer, which won't have anything to do with War of Realms. Thank God it'll be over by June, I hear. So I'm excited about that.
Hey, Kat.
What's that?
Bake's correct. Mirka pulled out.
When?
Like 2 years in a row.
I didn't get an alert.
I'll have to look at Planet Comic Con. Paul, you going to Planet?
Well, my bag just got lighter.
You know,
When's Planet?
What was that?
When is Planet?
The following week.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to make it.
Yeah, we're doing that because that's my wife and I's weekend off away from the kids both. And we're going down to have some fun and get in trouble. And both cosplaying, but
Say that's what I'm doing on this one.
Paul,
Kids are staying with grandma and grandpa.
Paul, we need to find out
right.
if Captain Strangelove is going to be there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Damn, that'd be pretty freaking epic right there.
Nice. So, Paul, you got anything you're planning on taking, looking forward to specifically?
Well, I've only started going through my books today, and I've only gotten through A. So I've got 2 books for sure that I definitely want to get signed. I mean, everybody's going to be getting Teen Titans signed by Perez and all this and that and the other thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting this signed by Perez.
oh,
That's real nice.
Because I love that cover. And like I said, I'm going to get my for Mark Silvestri. I'm probably going to get the first Switchblade and whatnot because it was in She Blade.
Yeah.
I'm going to have him do that, but I'm also going to have him do this one because I love this cover.
Oh, very cool. That's the Astonishing Tales one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one. I'm actually helping out a shop in town. They're going to C2E2. It's called Imaginatarium. They're making loot boxes, kind of like Bueller boxes, but not even there. But they do like a figure and a bunch of comics and a trade and everything else. So I'm helping them make them. I'm going to be making on Sunday 100 artist specific or writer and artist specific boxes for these guys. So I get to go through all his comics, and he helps me out with getting My Little Pony for my daughter and anything else because he's a toy guy. He's an antique shop who buys like storage crates and stores out and everything else. He's a cool guy. Looks, he's got a long beard. He's crazy. He's fun. He's pretty nuts. He's taking a whole family on a vacation. And I'm going to be making like a George Perez boxes, about 5 of those to 10 of those. Neil Adams box, a Rob Lightfield box for those who don't like feet. I'll be doing a bunch of other boxes,
Love that.
a Mark Silvestri box,
shoe box.
everything else. Yeah, but they all come in like donut. I call them Krispy Kreme boxes. That's what they look like, And I'm just trying to help him out and everything else I got because he's going to have to carry part of my cosplay with him. So.
And I'll probably get Wolfman to sign some of my Deathstroke stuff.
I was going to ask about Marv Wolfman. What would you get by Marv Wolfman? I was thinking Nova 1 because that's his baby, but I don't know. I'm going to see him the following week anyway. So
I'm a huge Deathstroke guy, so
yeah,
for me, that's what I'm going to get.
Deathstroke 1.
Actually, if you get Astonishing, no, that's Deathlock. Sorry, that's my sister. All right, go ahead.
Also, Marv Wolfman is a really awesome guy too. Right up there with George Perez.
Marv Wolfman and Perez, I do have some stuff that I would love for Perez to sign. I just have to go through it. It's Fantastic Four stuff and then some modern Fantastic Four. I got a Fantastic Four Perez variant that would be pretty. God, that might even just be cool to get slabbed with a gold label.
Nice.
Perez action, or not even that. I mean, just get the signature, and then later on, I can just do the verified thing with CBCS because it would be something that wouldn't leave my collection. So I won't do CGC on it. I'll just do whatever.
Yeah, as I say, you can get that double signed.
Yeah,
Wow.
really, right, man. Cool.
KatRen, I could always have both Perez and Wolfman sign that.
Ooh,
I have that signed somewhere.
Yeah, I just got another copy of that too.
Now, there's a lot of Infinite Crisis early stuff, right? You can get a bunch of those signed. You got Perez on there. You got some Wolfman in there too. You got a bunch.
I got to get some of those.
Checked, the last
we got mine double signed.
Perez, he was willing to do up to $12 a person, but
great.
I don't know if it's changed since then
It's gonna be a big line,
or not. I mean, it's a much bigger con.
That's another one, KatRen, that I would consider getting.
That's the one I was thinking right there. The Titans.
That's real nice.
What is it? New Teen Titans issue 8. First Blackfire.
Might be 8, yeah.
We've got that signed.
There's it's funny because there's so many books you can get signed by like all 3, the writer, the cover, and there at this con, and a lot of them are going to be the following week at Planet. That's why I'm kind of focusing on C2E2, and then I have a whole stack for Planet with Jim Starlin, and it's funny. CGC said they can't take my book from C2E2 and bring it to Planet, but moderator said they'd do it, but he wants $40 to carry my book. I'm like, no.
And Who Dat Comics and Movies has a guy that's going that he does the cover, the art, and the story, and it's Who Dat's good buddy Rob Guillory.
That's a
nice.
Farmhand.
Farmhand, yeah.
I love that damn book. It's
a good one.
That thing, I love it.
You got anything else, Paul?
No, I mean, like I said, I've only gone through A so far. So
Gotcha. All right. So if you guys know me, I know a thing or two about getting a SIG here and there. If you watch my Sunday show, Signature Sundays, I think I'm up to 400 some odd SIGs on that show. But of course, you know me. If I'm going to a con, I take a few books with me. So yeah, everyone else is going on mute and taking a bathroom break for this one because I know it's going to be a minute. But first, I want to highlight this Farmhand second print. I plan on getting this signed by the Comic Corps. So I'm really looking forward to that. Put in a nice Mylar, one of those halfbacks for Legends. So look forward to getting that signed. So that'll be fun. I couldn't find the first print again, so I got the second. I got a couple hardcovers. I forgot Jonathan Hickman was going to be there, so I got
He is.
this Secret Wars.
Very
I
good
figured
call.
why not get him to sign at least one hardcover.
Yeah.
I might pick out a few more. Like I think I got an East of West signed by him already, but I know there's another book I need signed by Hickman still. But I'm at least going to take that hardcover for Hickman. I got the Jane Foster Thor hardcover, the first volume of it's like a deluxe edition. I actually already got signed by Jason Aaron last year, but Russell Dotterman's going to be this year, so I need to take it again.
Great signature too. He's a great dude.
So hopefully, it'd be cool if he did like a little headshot in there. But beggars can't be choosers, obviously. But I may try to hustle and try to get that. But it'd be really cool. But I really do like these kind of newer Marvel hardcovers, by the way. Gotta say that. I haven't sorted out any other hardcovers because I just anticipate destroying my back with them. So far, I just got those two, plus my sketchbook. Oh, that's right, the Sherpa.
Thanks.
But in terms of more single issues, I gotta take this because Comic Spectre, out of the niceness of his heart, decided to get me this Clayton Crane variant cover, and Clayton Crane's going to be signing, sponsored by Scorpion Comics. So I figured, why not? Even if Clayton Crane's charging because Scorpion's making them, it'd be well worth it to get this signed, in my opinion. A very awesome Shredder cover, so I'm definitely taking that. Brian Haberlin's going to be there, and I'm missing his signature on my Witchblade #1. I already got it signed by Silvestri and Mike Turner right there.
You do? Wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a Turner signed book with me to get signed by Haberlin. So really looking forward to getting another signature on this. Ryan Otley's going to be there. I'll probably get the Amazing Spider-Man out too. I haven't dug that out yet because Nick Spencer's supposed to be there too. So it's a double signature opportunity, but I at least got the final issue of Invincible. Very cool. Because unfortunately I don't have the first issue, but the final issue we'll have to do. And it's a very good read too. I love this.
I'm definitely planning on bringing some of my Morning Glories for Spencer to sign.
Nice.
Keep your Morning Glory.
Yeah, I need to get on that series.
Oh, that series was amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually at my half price books, they have a bunch of dollar ones there, but they once again, I think the person pricing them bought that for issue 1, unfortunately. So I didn't get a chance to hop onto it. Next up, I've got a Harley Quinn Frank show, obviously, and I think now I just found out Mirka Andolfo won't be there, so I may not take this book because I could have got this double signed, but now it's just maybe a show signature. But I already have a lot of Frank Cho sigs because he goes every year. For some reason, I've never got Annie Wu to sign my Hawkeyes, so every year I sort them out. So I'll probably finally get these signed, hopefully, because I love this Matt Fraction run of Hawkeye. So
that's my favorite book right there, the whole Hawkeye run. That's the sickest story right there.
Yeah, I love the Pizza Dog issue. That's my favorite.
Yeah, exactly. The Pizza Dog is what I love.
There he is. I love Pizza Dog. I had one art germ sorted out because I know I'm going to have to go meet him, but I got the Supergirl #12. So
I think the one I'm going to have him sign is my the Baroness cover he did for New York City Comic Con.
Nice.
One of the New York City ones, like 6-7 years ago.
I think I'm going to buy a print from him, is what I plan on doing from him.
I want to get one of his art books because obviously he's one of those higher priced sketches. He's doing commissions, but they're at the wazoo. So I'm just going to settle for an art book because I do have an art book collection too. I like filling up. Here's my newsstand. I got the Witchblade 10 first appearance of the Darkness in a rare newsstand variant. So I figure why not get that Silvestri signed. Because I don't know why I don't have that signed already, to be honest. I got a couple Arthur Adams books. So I got the Cameo Gambit, Classic X-Men. I already got this signed by John Bolton on the bottom, who did the back cover.
If you ever get an Arthur Adams sketch, it's worth it. And it's not that not that much. He did a cover. He did Silver Surfer 4 for me. So
that's awesome, man. Got a FF second print of 348. So I had to take at least one Fantastic Four book. Shout out to Metarog for letting me know it was like a second print. That guy knows everything.
That's that second print gold variant.
Yeah, pretty much in that era, if it's a gold cover.
Yeah.
That's Spider-Man. Spider-Man went silver. Spider-Man went silver on the second prints.
Ooh, cool Fabok SIGs on these Dark Knights one shots that were better than the actual series, in my opinion. So I figured I'd have to take those. Definitely got to take the Batman Who Laughs because it's a great cover, an awesome one. Now I know everyone's been dying about my George Perez selection. So far I got just 4. I've already met him a bunch of times. I have a lot of signatures from Perez. But hey, I just accumulated these books in the last couple of years, so I want to get them signed if I get a chance one last time. Obviously, Infinity Gauntlet newsstand.
Nice book.
Love this book. I just read this for the first time last year before the Infinity War movie.
Better than the movie.
Yeah, I was just like, why have I not read this until last year? It was so good. So I definitely want to get. I'd like to at least get Starlin eventually on this too, because it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. One of my other favorite Perez wraparound covers for sure. Wonder Woman #1. Definitely want to get this one signed. Chat, I saw him in the chat. Shout out to Poor Man's Comics. I'm going to try to get your book signed you gave me, man. The Poor Man's Comics AOK'd this book to me last year. I'm going to try to get it double signed. So definitely looking forward to that. And then shout out to the boy who had 7. I was actually on his channel yesterday talking about Green Lantern Rebirth, if you guys want to check that out. But I also won a subscriber contest way back when, and I won this off of it. So I figured, why not go ahead and take this, try to get it double signed too. So first Nightwing, can't go wrong. I'm really looking forward to Joe Staton. I think he did this one, if I remember right. Doom Patrol Showcase.
Yeah, that's the best. That's one of my Pieta covers right there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this one's a little wrecked, so I may weed it out, but I just kind of threw it in the pile. And Legend was talking about Guillory, so I just went ahead and left these in the pile just in case I decide to take them all. So all 5 farmhands. Maybe I'll have the Ash Can on sale again this year. We'll see.
Poor Man's Comics said you can feel free to send that back to him after you get it signed.
Yeah, I figured that. That sounds like some Poor Man's.
Carson, if you want, I can get that Starlin signed the following week.
Oh, I might take you up on that offer. Yeah. I'll let you know, man.
I'll have to go through some of my stuff. I may have you grab something.
That's a good idea. Also looking forward to Stephanie Hans. Got this beautiful Buffy #1 she did. I may try to get her to do something for my sketchbook because I know she's going to be crazy busy, but she actually has affordable headshots she's doing. She's just not taking pre-commissions, but it's like $70 or something if I remember right for a commission for a headshot. So I may try to get something, but I anticipate that's going to be a very busy table. And then also, why not take die 1, 2, and 3 while you're at it? Because it's been a very good series. I think this is the only Warren Lau book I have. But I had this Green Lantern's B cover he did. I don't think I have the other one with just Jessica Cruz. So
is Warren Lau Stanley Lau's brother?
Yeah, that's what I was. I think they spell their names different. Yeah. I threw these 2 for Claremont charges. I think $5 a sig.
Yeah.
I may do these as an experimental, like gold label. I really don't mess with CGC that much, so doing the gold label stuff is going to be a new experience for me, basically. So I may try to get these 2 gold labeled. I know Claremont will probably charge like $20 a sig in that case or something like that. But I like those 2 books and are in good condition. And once again, going back to Joe Staton, he's probably like my most looked forward to guy I haven't met yet because I've never seen him at C2E2. So I got the first appearance of the Huntress. Actually, got this one off Alex the Comic Order. Blaster Statue just said Warren Lau canceled, so I guess I can take my 1 book out. Got this Power Girl. Cheap App told me I got to get this signed by Joe Staton because he liked the cover. Got the Origin of the Huntress. Absolutely love this cover. Just a great book. I may try to look into that gold label thing.
G-Pap likes that cover because she's got great lungs.
They're called headlights.
So there's that one. And then I just got this book last week. Newsstand of Green Lantern 4. Oh, first nice. Kilowog. So happy to finally have the first appearance of Kilowog.
That's a great issue.
So there we go. That's so far, and I'm probably not even done sorting, but I'm going to try. If I get more, I'm going to weed stuff out. So far, that's what I've got. And I guess in terms of, besides meeting all of you guys and most of the people from the community, definitely looking forward to that the most, obviously, like everyone else. In terms of panels, I'd like to, at least the fun wrestling ones would be cool to do, like at least to go meet Jim Cornette, especially with Legend there. That'd be awesome. Be cool to try to meet like Bischoff and Shivani, just because doing this, Shivani has became one of my influences, even though I've made fun of him in the past. Gotta love you some Tony Schiavone.
He was one of the best, man, on the WC Spectro.
See, I'm kind of surprised.
Jerry Lawler. I always wanted to meet Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, he's a good one to meet at cons too. He doesn't charge that much for SIGs either, unlike the rest of everybody.
I'm kind of surprised with you guys who've gone through your whole list here. I've only gone through A, so I haven't.
Oh, I'm not done sorting either, Paul.
Yeah, nobody's mentioned Jenny Frizen yet.
I met her last year.
First to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hex Vibes 1 would be a good one of hers, but I like the Joelle Jones cover more.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if I get Jenny Frizen, I'm like,
Shut up, Alexa.
I kind of like the Joelle Jones more, and I love Joelle Jones. She does sketches great too. So
Actually, I
Frizen
may be
charge too much. So
I may be getting a revival #1 for C2E2. So
that would
my
be cool
whole
to get
team.
inside.
Yeah, because Tim Seeley's going too. I think Mike Norton goes almost every year too, so he'll probably be there.
yeah, I was talking about that Clayton Crane. I mean, I like him, but I'm not going to go out of my way for him. You know.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and then the same thing for me.
If I come across something and I'm like, hey, I really need to get that Clayton Crane signed, I'll do it. But
I don't mean the $5, but the $30 for CGC witnessing because Scorpion wants to run it through their shop. It's just like I want everything in one box coming back. I don't know what my Neil Adams is gonna get. I don't know what my grades are gonna get. I don't know what it's gonna be. I want that thing pressed and clean, but I don't know.
Poor Man's remind me of another book I need to dig out. I actually got a Hack Slash #1 last year in a half price books dollar bin, so I need to dig that out and get it signed too. Thanks, Poor Man.
And nobody mentioned Scotty Young and Jason Aaron, and those two guys usually
they've been there every year too.
Are really good. So
I'm bringing my I Hate Fairyland.
I think I've literally got about 30 Scotty Young signed books already.
I just my whole Star Wars run for the kids. I mean, that's him and Jason Means are the two guys that do the kid covers that I kind of get a bunch of their stuff. And Scotty Young signs. You give him a stack of 20 books, he'll sign them all right there.
Also, if anybody is going to see Scotty Young, we all need to ask him the same exact question because then he might actually put this in a book. What is the name of the fox in Middle West?
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time I review that, I always have to refer to him as Fantastic Mr. Fox because he doesn't have a name.
I think we called him Foxy Brown one time. You know, because I did a whole thing on Middle West, and you know these guys, the ones that are from the Midwest, Paul knows this. If you're from the Midwest, you get a lot of Midwest comic artists who kind of bring the neighborhood to you. You know,
yeah.
But I want to thank you guys. I'm going to head out in a minute. Thank you guys for bringing me on for the C2E2 part.
And you're joining us for the auction tomorrow, JD?
Yes, I am. I will be on the
Awesome.
auction, and thanks for letting me on the B team for. Oh man, I'm sorry, the A team. I guess for Comic Con. You guys
Shots fired.
Last time we invite his ass to this show.
I'll see you next week, fellas. All right.
And
See you later.
see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, JD.
Thank you.
So big thanks once again for JD for joining us tonight. Before we get into
JD, hey, JD, I wish you well in your future endeavors. On
go back to SmackDown.
Yeah,
or Velocity.
Velocity.
Dude, that's like what's the one that failed? That oh god, I'm brain farting. The one with the hexagon ring.
Yeah.
Oh, TNA.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, I don't know if we're that
TNA
bad. I did like me some mid-2000s TNA, but after
but
2010,
he's recent TNA.
Oh God! But anyway, we're gonna turn this back to the chat. See who we got in the chat. Once again, we got Poor Man's Comics. He's in the chat. I know he's gonna be at C2E2 with Bells on next week. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to meet him finally. And we got Alien Heads in the chat, so that must be one man. We got Evan in the chat. Evan, he's awesome.
Evan,
Glad to see
Evan,
him.
shalom.
We got Comics Misexplained. He says, you guys can be the NWO and they can be the Wolf Pack. Oh, man. I thought we were the Wolf Pack, man. We're going to have to fight for those black and reds. But anyway, I have to see Comics Misexplained in the chat. We still got Joe Ryan Comics.
Heck
He's
with
looking
that.
at his
I wanna
NWO
be
belt.
Comic G-Man in the house too, man. Still hanging with us. We had over 40 live viewers, but man, when JD left, some people left out with JD.
Dang.
Yeah.
I think we need to be EC Dub. That's what I want to be.
Nice.
You want to be Sandman, don't you? Drinking up in the bleachers.
Yeah, Sandman's good.
That's Kendo stick.
But I also got a bit of New Jack in me.
Oh yeah.
Poor, bring that wizard, please. I may have found another copy of that wizard, poor man. So I'll be bringing a wizard with me. It may go to Poor Man's Comics. We'll see. True Manchu says, see what equals Wolfpack Luger. Rack them all. Gotta rack them all. We got Double X. He says, you excited to meet CM Punk? Yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting him one day. I do like me some CM Punk.
He's going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. We got Don Dizzle in the chat. He says, hey now. What's going on, Don Dizzle? We still got Chad 90, MF Comics. We got Old Wolf 65. He says he hates being late to the game. Hey, at least you showed up, man. We do appreciate that. Still got Bear Island Comics. Let's see. And then we still got we got Blast It or Stash It Comic Show. What is going on, Huey?
He heard us talking about pig nips, so.
Jeez. All right. So I guess we can just go ahead and get into our next topic. So there was a couple trailers out. There was one big trailer in particular, and I want to talk about it real quick. What do you guys think about Batman TMNT animated trailer?
I knew you would do it. You
I
swear.
had to. I'm sorry. So, Kat, you were the one who brought it up earlier and let me know it actually came out. I'll let you talk about this trailer for a second. So what did you guys think about it?
So starting out, the art style is unfortunately in the Nickelodeon TMNT style and not the Batman the Animated Series style. I know it's something we talked about off air beforehand. That's a little unfortunate, but I'll deal with it. The thing that I really loved in this trailer is there's a moment that they ripped straight out of the comic, and that's right when Batman's facing off against all four of the brothers, and he tells them they can try and come at him. And it's so Batman, and there's definitely a lot of things that I can see that are going to be verbatim from the comic. So I'm pretty excited about that, to be honest.
I read the animated comic that they had, and it was freaking awesome. The artwork was awesome because, it was like that style, of Batman Adventures, Batman the Animated Series. And I saw the trailer and, different stylized art and stuff, like you said, in the vein of the Nickelodeon stuff. But I'm still going to, watch it, but I'll be watching it digitally on the DC universe, man. Digital taking over the world. How about you, Paul? Are you excited about those turtles?
Like Kat said, the art is unfortunate. It's like most of Marvel's product now. Yeah, I said it. But I mean, it's got Ra's al Ghul in it, so I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Comicman explains that they're capitalizing on this movie. They're actually going to do a Batman TMNT Part 3 coming up very soon too. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that movie.
Is the art going to be better on the third one?
I did tune out the second one.
The art was really good on the first one.
Yeah, it was. Freddie Williams is usually really good.
It's got to be better than the movie. Oh wait, did I say that out loud?
But yeah, I'm still looking forward to that movie. And it seems like with the new DC streaming releases, they just put them right on the app just to try to sell the app, because they did that with the Reign of the Supermen. It pretty much was on the app the same day it came out. So I really hope they do the same thing, so I don't have to go out of my way to go to a Redbox or something like that. I'm hoping it's on the DC streaming app day one, like the Reign was. So I'm really looking forward to that, because the miniseries was good. You guys know me. I do love me some turtles, that's for sure.
By the way, Carson,
yeah.
was it Adventures of Superman 500 the one that you're all up in arms about that you love?
Yeah, it's a good book.
I was going through my A's today. I must have 8 copies of that freaking book.
You're lucky. That's a good book to have. First
I think
first appearance of Steel.
I think 4 of them are still sealed.
Nice. No, that was like, I think that was the second comic book I ever owned, because I bought the death. Well, I didn't buy it. My parents gave it to my Christmas. Like, Merry Christmas, Superman's dead. Here's a 4th print. So that's what I got. That was the first comic I ever owned, and I'm pretty sure the second one had to have been Adventure Superman 500. So absolutely love that book. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Turtles. But I guess we may as well talk about the other trailer or something like that people have been going bananas about all week, and that is the new trailer for Avengers Endgame. So have you guys had a chance to check this trailer out yet?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've been living in a cave for the past.
Gotcha. Paul's in his cave. So Paul, what'd you think of the Avengers Endgame trailer?
They're being very cagey. They're not giving a lot away. I mean, you don't see Thanos at all in the entire thing.
Right.
They don't give away anything. The two biggest takeaways I got were the space suit shit at the end, which I've already read a couple theories on. They think it's because they're gonna, Ant-Man's gonna take them into the little shit, and they're gonna quantum realm, so they're gonna go back in time to fix stuff. The other thing was, it was really cool when they were doing that first section, and the only color that was there was red. Everything else was black and white.
I did like that.
But I mean, they're I would say half of that trailer was exactly what was in the first trailer. So I mean, I hate when a trailer ruins the movie, so I love how they're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing, Paul. I'm just kind of monitoring the chat while you're talking about the trailer. Some people are saying it wasn't the best trailer, what have you. I think it was great just because it's only really showing you what you already know. Is there that hint about time travel or quantum realm time travel? Absolutely there is, because with the big five, the Cap, Banner, Thor, Black Widow, they show you like their origin, and they show you where they're at now with that like black and white with the blood red over it. So there's definitely a big hint about where they're going and where they're going back to, basically, maybe. So.
And how about a couple of other different things that were in the trailer? Hawkeye was teaching that kid how to shoot the bow.
Yep.
So
I also read a theory that she gets that they think that's before Thanos snaps his fingers, and she gets blitzed, and they're like, that may be the catalyst for him going Ronin.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Because he doesn't have that Ronin haircut in that shot.
You got to do it like the Steven Seagal movie, man. That killing your kid and stuff, killing your wife. You got to go Steve Seagal. And what about the one where it showed old Steve Rogers carrying that coffin draped in the American flag? Like, so someone must have died in there.
Yeah, I thought that was supposed to be Agent Carter, and he was at her funeral.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, there's a number of people it could be.
Shot.
Yeah.
A flashback to Agent Carter when he had to bury her, because you heard her voice, I think, in the trailer during his little scene, where he got some love. But I'm really excited for the movie. I loved at the very end. I'll let KatRen talk about that very
I like her.
Yeah, with Thor.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the movie, and it's going to be good.
I like poor man's comment, Black Widow back as a redhead. He's very excited. Definitely a lot of things in there that, like we've said, like everyone else has said, is recycled from other trailers. I'm not a fan of the spacesuits. What's going on there? I mean, it could be cool. It could be really lame, really easily.
Kevin Feige.
I know a lot of people are speculating that the girl that's being taught archery lessons is Kate Bishop. I don't think it's Kate Bishop. I don't. As much as I would love Kate Bishop to come into the MCU, I doubt it's her. He has kids. I think he's probably just training one of his girls, and he's going to lose everything. And I
don't think it's her either.
We're going to see Hawkeye lose everything and turn into Ronin real quick. And I'm really excited about that.
Kat, do you think those Disney people put that scene in with the young girl shooting the arrow to like kind of hype up the Kate Bishop character?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, they
Because
did.
that way they can always leave the door open for bringing that character
They've got
back.
years moving forward. A lot of their actors that they currently have are getting older, and their contracts are going to be up soon. And
Gotta
they're
get some
going to
new
want
blood
to
in there.
bring in some new characters, and that could definitely be a strong contender.
Joe Ryan agrees with me. Trust Kevin Feige.
Speaking
Now,
of Joe Ryan, go ahead.
Here's my question. You know, you were talking about their contracts being up, and everybody knows I'm a huge Winter Soldier fan. And Sebastian Stan signed a 9-picture deal, but I know they're also planning on doing the Winter Soldier TV show. I haven't followed this enough. Is he tied to the TV show, or is that going to tie into his contract? I don't know.
I'd imagine that'd have to be a whole new contract.
Yeah, because I mean,
that's
it's
a lot.
I mean, I think they signed him to the 9-picture deal because I think right from the beginning they planned on him being the replacement Cap. So,
well, I wonder if like those short scenes when he's in other people's movies count toward that. Like he was in the end of Black Panther for 2 seconds, and then he was at the end of Ant-Man for 2 seconds. So I wonder how much of that type of stuff goes into those contracts too.
I mean, still my favorite Marvel movie ever is Winter
Soldier. Yeah, it's definitely up there for me. But Joe Ryan had an interesting question in the chat because we're going to get into Captain Marvel here in a few minutes. But do you guys think that after this we're going to have some Skrulls? And if so, who is a Skrull in the MCU? Any thoughts on that? I got one.
Who do you think would be? Who do you think scrolling out over there?
It goes back to that the trailer we just saw for Avengers Endgame. You notice at the end when they're all in their space quantum realm suits, you got most of the Earth-based team that was left, and then there's Nebula, but no Tony Stark. So it looks like of course they're probably just editing it. If Tony's probably really there, they just didn't show you. Or they just threw Nebula in and she's going to get killed off or early on or something like that. But
I thought I saw Tony Stark with.
No, I thought he was in
War
there.
Machine. I thought.
No,
I think that was Rhodey.
I think it was Stark without the big armor and stuff. But yeah, I thought I saw Stark in there. But yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch it again. But I thought it was just War Machine.
I only watched it once, but I thought I saw him kind of following along in that little group with them Comics Misexplained says them wannabe Fantastic Four suits.
Yeah, he says no Stark too quickly. Okay, he said he just rewatched it. Okay, Bueller says he was there, so now I'm gonna have to rewatch it for sure. But I just like Nebula was so
if Bueller
random
says he was there,
yeah,
man,
he's probably there then.
He's in the house, baby. Yeah, man.
Hold on, I'll prove it.
Okay,
right?
he's wearing a quantum suit, so I just missed him twice. Okay, good. So it looks like they're all together then. But I'm still picking Nebula.
Wait, hold on, Paul. Leave that on the screen. I got to check that out. There's Stark right there.
Okay, good.
Look at
but
that.
here's the other thing that thing on Twitter brings up. The Russos have been known for showing fake images in their trailers.
It's true. We got the whole.
How much of this could be faking us out?
Right.
True.
Maybe the Russos are the Skrulls.
He could be faking everybody out on social media so they'll buy more Avengers comics.
He has 60 issues of Young Avengers #1, probably.
That picture could be the equivalent of the cow flying by in the Twister trailer. It never happened in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Mm.
Dang, he's on my mind now with that cow. Don the cow, man.
And I think the Russos are there's so many great directors in Marvel, but I think they are the stars. They've the ones that have had to pull all this shit together.
How about this? How many of you folks have seen the new Captain Marvel movie?
Yeah.
I think it's just me and you, Legend.
I haven't yet.
Man, let me tell you about this without giving any spoilers away. Freaking powerful film. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, it was like the whole story was like you really had to kind of pay attention to it because there was it was just wild, man. Great storyline though. I mean, she was kicking butt. I don't know. I think she could kick Wonder Woman's butt. I just think.
Blasphemy.
I know.
I gotta go.
Marvel.
You and I are going to fight at C2E2.
Hey,
Well, there's going to be a lot of fighting at C2E2.
tell this guy this movie was good. I give this movie
Yeah.
5 stars.
Dang.
If
I
you
love
guys are
series
not like
and their
live
stuff.
streaming when Drew and I meet, and there's going to be some fisticuffs. By the way, I got to go back to Double S in the chat. He says, "Do you think Galactus is going to be the next big bad for Phase 4 of the MCU?" No, I think it's too soon. I think they're going to build up Galactus, but that also begs the question: who do you think will be the big bad in Phase 4?
Well, if you're talking Phase 4, the answer is the second part of the quote. Phase 4, you got to look at the Fantastic Four. Who else? There is no more. You call in the world's greatest comic freaking team of all time, and you let them travel to the future in time. And that's how you bring the 4 to your doorstep. But can't really rhyme right now. That was kind of a botched rhyme. Sorry.
Legend just petered out in a car that ran out of gas, man.
Legend broke.
I did love the movie. I do encourage everyone to go see it. It was just awesome. I mean, like, it was just an empowering movie. And for any young female or little kid that watches that movie, they're going to get like a great feeling because, man, she was just beating the crap out of people. She didn't need no help. You know, she was just awesome.
Doom is another one that I think Doom and Beyonder, I think they're going to build up. I don't think they're going to use him for Phase 4.
Yeah, now I'm trying to think of anybody. It would be pretty sweet to see like an after credits version of Doom, and he just shows up and he's just like, "Find me, Reed Richards," and then it's just completely out of context. You're like, you know what's coming after that. Then
Woodard, what's some of your thoughts on that new Captain Marvel movie?
I thought it was all right. I wasn't blown away by it. It was. I probably like it. I probably put it on the tier maybe as the Thor Part 1. I know some people probably thought that was a letdown, but I thought Thor 1 was good too. I probably won't go out and rush and get the Blu-ray when it comes out. But it was a fun movie overall. It's definitely a very fast 2 hours. That's for sure. I enjoyed Sam Jackson in it. He's always great. He was a little bit more lighter-hearted this time around, which I know some people criticize, but I actually enjoyed that. Him and that the cat the whole time, or whatever alien species it was called, or something like that. I can't remember. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I kind of like the little bit of a plot twist halfway through the movie. I didn't see that one coming at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Which really begs the question: what are they going to incorporate any of that later down the line? Which I think they will, even outside of Captain Marvel. But she could almost be like a Dr. Manhattan type for the Marvel universe. Like, she gets so powerful by the end of this, and the whole explosion caused her powers to begin with. So they said from the beginning, Feige did, that Captain Marvel is going to be probably more powerful than you think. And boy, she looks pretty powerful by the end of this movie.
I heard a lot of people complaining that they made her too powerful.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I haven't seen the movie, but one thing I think we can talk about that's kind of not really spoilery that I read an article about today. They were talking about the Stan Lee cameo, and they said that they changed the scene after Stan Lee died. They said something, like I said, I haven't seen it, so I don't know exactly what it is, but when Stan Lee has his cameo, they said originally she did not make any acknowledgement of that, but she made a little acknowledgement in the film, and that was after he died. And they said that people have really liked that they kind of put that little breaking the fourth wall thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you caught it even, but...
Yeah, it was actually a pretty interesting cameo. I thought it was like his best cameo, probably, besides the one where he was a watcher, basically.
They said Kevin Smith really liked the cameo. Yeah.
Yep, I heard that too.
Yep.
I mean, Kevin Smith legitimately became one of his good friends. I mean, like I saw, Kevin Smith does a lot of, spoken word things, and he did one after Stan Lee died, and I mean, it was just some of the stories he was telling. You could see he was choking up, and he was telling these great stories about him, and it's just it was amazing.
Stan was the man and an inspiration to all. So Kevin Smith, man, huge fan of comic books and pop culture history, and of course he's even written a couple of some good stuff too.
Yeah. So another big deal that just happened in the MCU as of today, basically.
Yeah.
We just found out Guardians of the Galaxy 3 got his director back. So
I found out from Lords of the Long Box
Yeah.
came at us live in the Comic-Core live chat and dropping the knowledge and they're dropping the news, man. James freaking Gunn, it's time to have some fun. Batista, it's coming back.
nice.
I hope so.
So what are your guys' thoughts on this? Was it just basically the fan outpouring and the cast kind of putting their foot down that brought this back?
Well, let me tell you this. You know, with him saying that stuff, what was it about, like necrophilia or whatever?
Yeah, that's terrible. Obviously.
There's far worse crap going on in the YouTube comic book community. So, I mean, it's good to have James Gunn back. I mean, he's going to make everybody proud, and you know, things move on. You know, man, it's going to be great. We're going to have a happy Batista giving us another awesome performance as Drax. Man, I can't wait.
It was a combination of factors, I think. I mean, one article I saw today, there was a tremendous outcry from fans and the entire cast. That played into this. 2, he flat out said, I was wrong. He said, I did this. I mean, he was coming out of trauma. And, you know, he said, I was just looking to shock people. And, you know, that's what I did. And I think you're also starting to see a backlash against not to get too political here, but you're starting to see a backlash against this, people being vilified for something they did 20, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's true, yeah.
He flat out said, and you know, they said the biggest things from the Disney perspective, you know, I actually read it on a business website, and they said, as far as Disney's concerned, one, he never tried to blame Disney for anything with him getting taken off the movie or anything. He apologized profusely. He never said, you know, what I did was not wrong, you know. So, I mean, all of that plays into the whole fact that from a business perspective, Disney said this makes sense for us now. I mean, because don't get it twisted. If Disney thinks it's going to make them money, they're going to do it. If they think it's going to lose them money, they're not going to do it. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I definitely agree 100%. I think they're just looking at all of those factors, and at the end of the day are like, well, Guardians 1 and 2 made a lot of money. Maybe we should make sure Guardians 3 does too. So, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of glad we're going to get to see, because if that movie was like halfway decent, they never would have heard the end of firing James Gunn and letting him complete that. I'm guessing it's going to be a trilogy. So, Kat and Mark, what are your guys' thoughts on Guardians 3?
We love Guardians 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited they're going to continue with that same feel as far as the team goes. What about you, Bub?
Yeah, I really enjoy watching the movie.
Yeah.
Mark looks over,
He's really tired.
He's waiting for Deadpool to show up.
Mark's looking over. He's like, "Is what I'm about to say going to get me hit?"
Deadpool just needs to show up already in the MCU.
And see, I think that's the
either
last...
Deadpool or Detective Pikachu. I don't really care. One of them.
I'm actually looking forward to Pikachu. That last trailer was pretty awesome, I thought.
Man, that's what it's all about. How many cups of water did you bring to this gunfight? 2.
I emptied 1. Sorry, man. We got to talk for 90 minutes. I got this much left. So there you go.
Man.
There's the answer. I had a frog in my throat earlier. I apologize for taking so many drinks tonight. But other than that, I think that's all. Do you guys have any other topics for tonight? Because that's all I brought to talk about.
There was something else we were talking. Oh, the What If animated series.
There you go. All right, take it over, Paul.
I, for one, fully endorse this whole project. I've been a huge lover of What If from the beginning, and I think the way to do it right is as an animated thing, because let's not get it twisted. What If is fucking ridiculous. And you just couldn't, and there it is, Bueller and Chad, if you're keeping track. I use the F word. But you could not feasibly do most of these stories in a movie without having a $1 billion budget. So, and I think, like Mastodon says, the sky's the limit with it. I think you'll be able to, with an animated setting, you'll really be able to do differing art styles, hopefully, that will fit the story. And, there's just, so many of the what if stories involve things on a cosmic level, which are much more easily done in an animated style, an animated project with keeping the budget down. So, yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Anytime they can get, Fantastic Four in any kind of animated series, I'm all for it. So hopefully we'll get to see that classic. What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? Some of that goodness. Kat, what about you? Like, are you excited for the Marvel What If series, or would you rather have a DC What If series?
I love the what ifs for what they are. They're these crazy.
They call them Elseworlds, legend.
I know.
Offshoot stories. I'll tell you, Marvel animated versus DC animated. I feel like DC is a far superior animation team, but let's not talk about DC animated and how amazing they are. Let's talk about Marvel animation. Hopefully they don't screw this up. I love a lot of their 90s stuff, but their more recent stuff, it's either geared towards really bored kids or just not terribly great, with the exception of Spider-Verse. I know a lot of people are going to be really upset if I don't mention Spider-Verse. Yes, that was really great. But for the most part, Marvel animation really needs to pick up their game.
And one egg.
I feel like a lot of the shows that they're starting to announce, if they put enough money into the voice actors and the artists, they can be amazing. The Hulu stuff that they're announcing, I know they've been talking about it in the chat a little bit here. Hitmonkey, Howard the Duck, Dazzler, all really great. This What If series that they're talking about, if they do it correctly, it could be amazing.
And you know what, Kat? You know what old Mark always says? If they got one, if it's only one egg, you ain't got a whole cat. You ain't shit. I don't remember. God dang it! All right, what else?
Blue Brick.
Into the Spider.
Blue Brick, everyone.
Yeah. Into the Spider-Verse. Hey, that's one egg, but it ain't a full carton, if you know what I mean. And Marvel needs to get that full carton in the animated scene if they want to be better than DC. Damn, finally. Shit. Takes a while to get going.
Okay.
All right.
So
Yeah,
now
go
I gotta throw it into another quick topic. Marvel's clearly won the movie war. DC was winning the TV war until the Netflix series. Can Marvel catch up on the TV side now that it's come out that most of these Netflix series, they have a 2-year no compete, that they can't do anything for 2 years with most of these actors, shows, because they were magical, and now they can't have the same people, and they gotta. Well, I think they can use those same people after 2 years, but who's going to care after 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, with the Marvel streaming shows, a lot of the schedules and stuff were pretty erratic anyway, given it wasn't a full 2-year gap between all of them. And they still managed to produce pretty quality content, especially, I think...
No, what I'm saying is they can't do anything on the Marvel streaming service for 2 years
right
after these Netflix shows.
Exactly.
And most of them just got canceled in the last year.
Yeah, so that's good. We already got them canceled out of the way. They can start the countdown clock, basically, in terms of if and when they come back. So.
Count down that doomsday clock, eh?
Yeah. Dude, what's going to happen first? Will Daredevil season 4 occur, or will Doomsday Clock finally finish? So there's your one Doomsday Clock.
I would love to see Charlie Cox and all them in
the
Daredevil, and I'm like, do they want to wait 2 years to do this?
Yeah.
I would say yes. I think it was such a good first 3 seasons of Daredevil. I will be first in line to watch season 4.
Yeah,
It's so good.
One thing Marvel has done better than anybody is cast, and to me that's Daredevil. That's Jessica Jones. That's fuck Iron Fist. Let's recast him.
And then Drew in the chat did bring up a good point. What do you guys think about the Arrow of the Arrowverse having its days numbered? Because it's only going to have like a 10-episode run going into their Crisis event next year. So it looks like Amell is finally done being Green Arrow.
Adrian Paul, though. Duncan MacLeod is in the show. And like Kat said, it's been a long time, a long run. And man, I'm just enjoying it even more and more, like, because I've been watching it for the whole time. Kat, what do you think? You're such a big DC fan. Is Arrow, that version of Arrow, Oliver Queen, is that everything you envisioned a good CW show to be?
It's entertaining. It's not Green Arrow to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love Stephen Amell, and I feel like he is amazing at that version, but that's not my Green Arrow. It's so entertaining to me. I watch it. It's awesome, but it's like a lot of these other live action DC films that they're doing through the CW thing. Yeah, they're entertaining, but that's not this character to me.
You need your Robin Hood hat, don't you? Old school.
Well, I like him more where he's a little more campy. You know, he's got the trick arrows.
Better
and
jokes.
Yes.
Fun with Black Canary. The camaraderie
he's
of the
hanging out more. You know, he's the light-hearted member of the League. He's not the gruff, I need to save this city.
You remember him in Justice League Unlimited, how good he was in the Unlimited? That's the good
exactly,
Arrow.
Yeah.
Up until this season, Arrow and Flash have been must-watch TV for me. This season, both of them, I'm waiting until the season's over to watch them.
Also, he needs the facial hair.
I think Arrow. I mean,
there's Arrow right there. We got Arrow.
He needs the facial hair.
When with Arrow, I think the best seasons were, I mean, come on, Manu Bennett as Deathstroke. We know I'm a Deathstroke guy.
That's great.
But also John Barrowman. You need John Barrowman. He was amazing. And Flash, I think you know the first season with Reverse Flash, and then the one with Zoom, you had good stuff. And I think they're running out of ideas.
That first season finale of Flash is probably the best episode of television they've produced.
Yeah, I mean, I said at the end of season 1 of Flash, and when season 2 started, I said this is the best show on television, not just the best comic book show on television. I thought it was the best show on television, and now I'm just like, yeah, I can wait till this comes out in the season and binge on it.
But
I'm calling it. Go ahead, Legend.
Binging is really fun too, though. Like I do, if I miss any kind of episodes, because normally I watch it on the CW app. If I miss anything and I have to wait, then I don't mind watching those like all the way through, like in one run. Man, that them shows, Black Lightning, Legends of Tomorrow, Riverdale, they're all good on the CW.
Joe Ryan brought up Legends. I think that's the best DC show right now.
It's fun. It's fun as hell. You got old Tom Wilson, freaking just you got Biff in a time travel DC flick. I mean, you can't beat that.
And here's we just keep segueing and stuff here because
segueing into Back to the Future. The quotes I always used to say on back in the day.
I'm segueing into Riverdale. What are they going to do?
Oh, yeah.
What are they going to do with Archie's dad?
Yeah,
no, that's true.
Gone too freaking soon. Luke Perry, Fred Andrews. Now, damn, is this the first time we've gotten to talk about him on the show?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
man, I tell you what, 90210. My sister, you know, that was her time. Boy, she loved that show. So of course we all watched it, you know, and it was good. It was real good. Luke Perry for life, good actor, and gone too soon, man. Fred freaking Andrews. Damn.
Yeah, I mean it's
nice.
and I mean, Carson and Kat, they're the young pups on the show. Legend and I are the old farts. I'm almost this. Man.
Yes.
No, you're just the gimp. But I mean, I'm almost as old as Luke Perry was. And that shit's just kind of scary.
It's kind of scary, but you know what's even scarier, fans? And this isn't any joke or anything, but it's the God honest truth. Paul has had some stuff. I bet you he thought that Luke Perry would outlive him by 20, 30 years. So when someone like that dies, it's close to our age. It kind of makes us start thinking a little more about what we're doing as far as health wise and things of that nature. Because he would, I think it may have just ran into family. I mean, he looked lean, mean, Fred Andrews machine.
Well, I mean, the one thing that I hope is that this brings awareness to the fact that strokes can hit anybody at any age. I work with a guy who's younger than me. Christmas Day, a year, not 2018, 2017, he had a massive stroke and 75% of his brain died.
Wow.
And he's still with us. I mean, he amazingly survived, and he's starting to learn how to live again. But strokes can hit you at any age. But like Legend said, let's. When I was 18, I said I'm going to die before I'm 30, and so I'm on bonus time now. But but I mean, I've had spine surgery, I've had heart surgery, I've had my issues, and I'm still here.
And the thing is, and on that note, I mean, if anytime you see, one another, especially for all of us, being Comicore and Blaster Stash It, I mean, it's going to be awesome to meet each other because we're going to get to do something that maybe some of us never thought we were going to be able to do. So, and like Paul said, and, find those people and, get to know them and love them, because you never know how much time you have on this earth,
Absolutely. Sometimes you just gotta say carpe diem.
Yep.
Seize the day.
Stand on the desk
each and every day.
That's right.
I did have one hot take about Arrow real quick, how it's gonna end. I'm guessing
he's gonna cut his head off. It's Duncan McLeod, man.
Awesome. I'm calling that newspaper that's been on the Flash since the very beginning. That's gonna have Oliver Queen on it instead of Barry Allen. He's disappearing in the Crisis.
Oh, that'd be.
He made a deal with Monitor last season, or during the last crossover. So I think they're gonna switch him. So that's my one guess. But I do want to get back into the chat one more time, and then we're gonna wrap things up here. I think we have home of the New York Warriors, Big E's Comics. What is going on, Big E's? He was talking about how much he liked Arrow, and he said Gotham has been awesome the last season and this season. Yeah, I actually do want to catch that final season of Gotham, because it looks like they just drove the train completely off the rails. And
that's another one I'm binging.
Yeah, I kind of want to binge that last season. At least the guy who plays, their version of the Joker, basically that Jerome character, he actually looks like he's doing a really good job. So I want to catch that. We have the Amazing Murfinator. He wants one, so I'll give it to him. Here we go. I'll show this one again. We got newsstand. So there you go. Love me some newsstands. Glad to see the Amazing Murfinator in the chat. We still got Drew Manchu, Robert freaking Galvin. He's still in the chat. Comics Biz Explains in the chat. He's another part of the Comicore Unlimited, or what we call it the B Show, Velocity, whatever. Not ECW. He's usually the invisible man on that show for some reason, but luckily he got his Google Hangouts fixed. We got Count Von Strange the 4th. I believe we'll see him at C2E2 next week, perhaps. I know he was talking about. We still got Comic G-Man, Double S, Joe Ryan Comics, Drew Mantrue, the Mastodon Comics and Collecting. Love all you guys who joined us. We got Nerdy Couch. He says Daredevil season 3 was so good. That season finale of 3 was one of the top episodes they produced. It was so good. And Los S, he says, brings up a good point. What's y'all exit strategy to sell the books before the one dies?
I hope my wife sells them for more than I told her I paid for them.
Yeah.
No, my kids have a healthy love of comics, and I think they're starting to get a healthy appreciation. Because my thing is Golden Age and Silver Age. So I mean, we're already talking about stuff that can be up to 100 years old. They get a healthy appreciation for the rarity and the artwork involved in this. So I'm hoping that they continue to keep the collection going.
And the older your kids get, I mean, and the older all of our young people get, when they're going to get, it's mainly all digital, it's all going to be streaming, even they may even have probably video game consoles won't even be a thing, because you'll be streaming the game through your fast 5G internet speed. So, I mean, paper and stuff, man, it's like treasure maps to the past. So you make sure that, I told him in the chat, if your kids aren't into them or whatnot, and you're not sure, just make sure you put it in your will as a part of your estate when you pass, and they'll get it all divided up or whatnot.
I'll give it to Bueller, and he'll give it away in a Bueller box.
Yeah. Make sure you sign it though. make sure you sign them so people know they're getting it from that pedigree collection from Midwest Comic Man.
I hope that
If I die, Mark, what happens to my collection?
Oh no! See, he's not
what,
into
what
it.
happens if you die? What happens if you die? Is Mark stars in the cage?
Oh yeah. Yeah, throw away the key.
Does somebody else
someone will
have
come
the
check
key?
on him? Someone else will come check on him.
Will they? Will they know I'm there?
You might at
Maybe the
least fill up
crazy
his
neighbor will hear
bowl.
you screaming.
True.
Murph says he's going to give his comics to me, but I mean, damn, I think we're close to the same age.
Yeah, Murph's he's right in our age
Yeah.
group.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to shout out Mr. D as well. He says, I'm selling my books before I die for some traveling. My kids will get enough as it is.
No,
By the way,
cool,
love
man.
me some Mr. D. Hashtag Snups. My Snups buddy from back in the day, Mr. D.
Mr. D, yeah, man. Snups.
Does anybody still go to Snups?
No.
I uninstalled him off the phone, man.
I was gonna ask Alex because he was pushing that shit. And
That was Alex the comic hoarder's gimmick, man. I didn't even, I shut that
That thing got
down
pretty dang
before I
big.
started.
he
It
was
did,
at my
yeah.
he was at my house 2 days ago, and I forgot to ask him.
Alex the comic hoarder was at your house.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm such a fan of that guy, dude.
Yeah, that
Holy
guy's
hell.
awesome.
God, you met Alex the comic hoarder in the flesh. I'm kind of jealous.
I met him again 2 weeks ago, and you should have been on Instagram because he posted a picture, and everybody was like, either Alex is really short or Midwest is huge.
Yeah, man. I think a little bit of both.
Yeah, and we were both like, yeah, it's kind of a little bit of both. But Alex dropped off another book for me to press.
Let's see it. You can tell a lot by a guy that wants to see what they got for press. Okay.
Oh,
I think
wow.
I know this
Nice
one.
looking copy.
Is that the first appearance of Johnny Blaze?
It is, and it's a really slick copy. I mean, it's, they all black cover, so there's about 4 spine ticks, maybe 5 that break color, so those aren't going to go away. But
Maybe a 9.0. You think you can get a 9.0?
no, he said he'll be happy with a 5.0 because it's got. If you look right there, there's a
Sure.
big divot right there, and I think it's a scratch as opposed to something that'll press out. So I don't know that that's going to come out, but I mean it does definitely have some pressable defects.
5.0 Johnny Blaze, though, man, that's like Purple Haze. It's so damn good.
I'm gonna clean it because the white on the Ghost Rider is kind of dingy, so we'll get that cleaned up.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
what do you think, man? Let me just say this. We checked the chat. We looked to see where it's at. I think tonight's been a great freaking show, and man, we did it with foe.
5.
5.
I was gonna say.
Oh, damn. We were coming at you live with 5. Sorry, Mark. God, I only
Okay.
saw 4 squares.
Everybody forgets about you.
That's why I get out of the box once a week.
KatRen is the Mark. We love your work. Behind the scenes. Great lighting, great camera, but the superstar of the show. I mean, this girl is on DC Fans. If you people are not subscribed to DC Fans, subscribe because she reviews Wonder Woman. Each new issue of Wonder Woman, KatRen gives her reviews, and it only gets better when you check out KatRen Figures on her own channel. So you got to subscribe to her. Not yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, legend.
Not because of Mark, but because of Cat freaking Ren, baby. All right, what's up, Midwest?
I got some other books to press today. You may want to see.
All right, are these some?
Let me click.
Oh, now these.
Ah, nice. I just got another copy of that coming.
Now,
for the,
are these some Alex's or some Woodards?
No, neither.
All right, you don't have to tell me no, yeah, because but that's a great book.
It's someone in the community.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are finding out that this guy they know he's got the passion and the love, but this guy can press books too. So they're sending them to Midwest.
JD's like, he's like, I'm sending you Avengers #1. I'm like, yeah, that'll be my 3rd one.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, here's the thing. This guy's done it all. He's seen it all. Silver, the gold, one last call. Somebody better call Scott. Woodard, I know you love that stuff. But, man, I tell you what, y'all send your books to. I almost said send the books to Seawood. He'll take them from you if you send them.
Yeah, I'll take them all right.
But, yeah, man. Paul's got insurance.
Poor man's gonna ask him to be sent back to him, though.
You know, he's got his own insurance, so you know if something does, God forbid, happen to your book, I mean, you're going to be freaking taken care of. So what are you waiting for? Send your books to Midwest. He'll give them a press. He'll give them a look. Send them to CGC. Send them back to you. He's where it's at, man. And 1/5 of Blaster Staget, who I'm going to get to meet this coming Thursday. Seawood 2 and KatRen and Mark. Man, it's going to be awesome.
Seeing Blast books live and in person.
If we're not in jail by Saturday, shit's not right.
Dude, we're going to have Drew Manchu. We're going to have Comicore Chad. Man, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be cool.
And I would like to say hey to Erod. And
oh, yeah.
It's too bad that they were just pumping up my pressing because Erod's a fellow presser. And
let me tell you, Erod is, if you're in the Northeast, I'd send them to Erod. But if you're in the Midwest,
I would too.
Yeah, send them to Midwest. If you're down south in Houston, send some to Strictly Comics. You know, so many good pressers, so little time.
I mean, Erod and I will both tell you we both bounce ideas off each other, but I will tell you I probably press completely different from him because we're all very secretive. We all have our own little tricks. The basic strokes are the same, but hey, we bounce ideas off each other because we're all trying to improve our game.
Yep, that's it. How about you, Seawood? What you got coming up this week?
Oh, man, I got the Comicore auction on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be joined by Comic Spectre. Who Dat Comics Movie said he's going to try to stop by, sell a couple things. JD, who you saw earlier on this show, he's going to be there. He always has a great books. I believe Drew Manchu is official. He's going to be a part of the auction tomorrow. So once again, that's 9 p.m. Eastern right here on the Comicore channel. The next day, I should be setting up for one last Signature Sundays before I go to C2E2. So that'll chronicle the letter H on up, probably H through I, knowing my collection I got back there. So if you guys liked what you saw of us trying to get signatures at C2E2, if you already want to see signatures that are on the books, check out Signature Sundays on my channel. And this Tuesday, there's a certain live show that's coming back, hopefully, if my work schedule cooperates. It's going to be the triumphant return of the Tuesday night live stream finally. So that'll be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern this Tuesday night. And no Jason Smith, I do not take Bitcoin. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. KatRen, what you got going on in your week of comic books?
Hi. So I got a bunch of reviews coming out. High Level is going to be one of them. The latest Hex Wives. A bunch of things to catch up on because, you know, different issues with my sinuses and losing my voice on and off. But really excited about C2E2. It's going to be a blast. Definitely excited to meet everybody on here and so many other people from the community. Of course, the Blaster Stash It guys, Chuckload of Comics, so many people. It's going to be fantastic. What about you, bub?
Well, I'm really excited about meeting everybody too. Hopefully it won't be as awkward and silent sitting in the corner.
Oh, man, we'll get you out of the corner, man.
Jerry, everybody, and when we get to C2E2, everybody's going to come up to KatRen and be like, are you cosplaying? Because she's going to have Mark on a freaking leash. And she's going to be like, yes, cosplay. This is cosplay.
Yes. How about you, Midwest? What you got going on, man?
I've been sitting there and trying to prep for C2E2, so I haven't been putting out as many videos as I should. But one thing I got to ask the panel, because most of the people that watch my videos are actually in here. My videos take a lot of research. Do you guys like when I miss a week and then come out with 3 in a row, or would you like me to do 1 or 2 a week on a set schedule?
I like that 1 or 2 a week. I don't want to get too much because I like to really just take time with the video and let it set a lot. God, man, Nick freaking Cardy and some of the artists you've been doing.
That Cardi one was amazing. I actually really like that one.
Yeah, the Nick Cardi one was the last one to watch, but I kind of pick and choose which ones, but I know which ones I've watched because it'll have the play bar. Oh, there it is, Nick Cardi.
Yep.
Black Manta, man. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
He
I just
picked
got
them up
these.
after he picked up the one on the left right after I did the
I
video.
got them at the same time and a lot, actually. So I
Yeah.
just got these, I think, last week it was. So
I mean,
these are awesome.
I'm kind of leaning towards doing the 1 or 2 a week on a set
Mhm.
schedule, just because I don't like trying to blast through them, because like I said, they take a lot of research and I don't want to shortchange any of them either.
And take your time with the stuff you thoroughly enjoy, and you thoroughly enjoy those kick-ass artists, man, that have changed the whole freaking comic book industry and scene, because each artist takes away from their previous artists, and it keeps getting better and better, and freaking awesome, man.
So I think I'm going to try to fall on the side of, I'm going to do one inside the covers every week, which is a Golden Age book.
Oh, Forbidden Planet,
where I go every page of the issue, and then I'll try to do one artist spotlight every week. And then if I have, because I'm working on some pressing videos and I do haul videos, those are just going to be like bonus things that show up during the week. But I think I'm going to try to commit to.
How about that show on Sunday night, man?
Oh, blast it or stash it.
Damn, the best, man. I got my chops, man. I got my chops in on Blaster Stash It. Man, those guys make me look good when I was on that show. Awesome.
I mean, it's a set. I think this week it's essentially the same freaking show as this week. This one here, because everybody's freaking excited about C2 motherfucking E2.
Damn,
we are all gonna meet up. I tried to count how many people I'm supposed to meet here, and it's like 40, 50 people
Holy
from the
hell,
YouTube
man.
Community are going to be at this freaking show.
This thing is going to be off the freaking chuck load of comics is what it's going to be all. Man, I don't have much going on. I might get a couple of video games, maybe a haul video in before C2E2. I just installed what is this thing? No, this is Destiny 2. All the content. Knights of Old sent me this. I just installed this on my Xbox Elite or whatever, Xbox One X or whatnot. So pumped up to play that this week and give some love to Knights of Old, because he helped design this game. He works for Bungie. And of course, he has a lot of kick-ass Golden Age books too. And you can also not only find him on his channel, but find him on the Bub's Comics on Monday night. Him and Metarog and Bub and DS Comics, man. Awesome team of Golden Age Supreme. But man, that's all I got going on, man. Seawood, take us out for the night.
Oh,
I know I kind of stole hosting duties near the end. Let's go back to KatRen before Woodard begins.
One thing I forgot to shout out, Drew Manchu and I are going to break out some Spice Girls at karaoke.
Oh my God.
No.
Yes.
Oh no, Mark. Now we're going to need to put her and Drew in a box.
Yep.
We are breaking out the Spice Girls.
Oh man, yeah, that's
Happened.
let me know when you're about to bring us out, Carson, because I got the link ready.
all right. So I just want to sign us out by saying big thanks to Bueller for joining us since week 2 of like the crazy Batcave days. We'll miss you, Bueller, man. Anytime you want to come back, we'll have a seat for you. And Chad, we'll be seeing you next week. We missed you tonight, but I know we'll be seeing plenty of Chad next. Are we going to be live at C2E2 next Friday at maybe 10 p.m. Eastern?
As Doc Holliday says, das the rumor.
Well, I guess we'll be your Huckleberry next week.
See, now if it was me, it was Doc Holliday, it'd be the scene where they pull him out of the water. I'm like, kiss my rebel dick.
Yeah.
Say walk on water. But anyway, Sting's up in the rafters. I got my finger on the button, Paul, so I'm getting ready to hit it. Tape machines are still rolling. We are